Kevin Castle is going to take the side of Roman Reigns as to how he was treated yesterday, if he should have kept the title. Whatever your opinions are, you have about 5 minutes. You got the floor. Sell to everybody your thoughts on how you feel everything went down yesterday, including Shaemus. And then I don't even know what your reaction is going to be.
I'd rather you give yours and then me do the counterpoint, because I'm the one on the defensive.
Okay. Well, I don't think either one of us are on the defensive. Okay. I will say this, I've renamed Shaemus Lamus over the last year. I'm not thrilled with Shaemus on television. We've talked about, Groundhog Day with Randy Orton over, the last bunch of years. You look at Sheamus's amount of matches that he's had with Randy Orton, it's pretty sickening. But, Sheamus cashing in yesterday, this is my opinion, and I'll take 3 or 4 minutes, and I'll let you have the floor, and you can talk as long as you want. I will not interrupt you. In my opinion, Sheamus cashing in and winning the title yesterday was the result of all of the people out there that still complain about Roman Reigns, how you boo Roman Reigns, because it was revealed today that the decision to put the belt on Sheamus was only done a few hours before the pay-per-view. And the reason why they decided not to go with Roman Reigns walking out with the title is because they didn't want that moment with all the confetti and everything else of him being booed out of the building. So that's why they did the swerve with Sheamus. And in hindsight, I think WWE was right in doing that. You people out there, ever since the Daniel Bryan thing, you feel that someone isn't entitled, someone isn't deserving, you feel that he's not ready, this and that. Well, you know what? You bitched, a lot of you, that he's not ready. Every time he does his finishing maneuver, you boo at the guy. Well, WWE basically said, okay, you don't want him to win. Here you go. Here's Sheamus. I hope you enjoy it. Too fucking bad. And the only person that could have won the title yesterday, other than Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns, was Sheamus, because he's the one with the briefcase. So now you're stuck with Sheamus for at least the next 3 weeks. And I also believe that was done as a message of WWE to Roman Reigns. And they're basically saying to Roman Reigns, they may have said it to him to his face, it may be subconsciously, but I think yesterday was a message to Roman Reigns like, you need to get yourself over. You need to get yourself better over with the crowd. You need for these fans to stop turning on you. We're not turning you heel. We're not going to make you become the Seth Rollins of the Authority. You are going to be the next John Cena. And this is what we're going to do. And I think his emotion in the middle of the ring of almost crying after he lost the title, I think it was genuine, because he realized, I have not been able to persuade these fans enough that I'm a good guy. I deserve the champion. I could be the leader of this company, figuratively. And WWE sent a message to the fans yesterday, and they sent a message to Roman Reigns. That's my opinion on it. And just to add a little bit further of it, you look at Roman Reigns. In the year 2015, Roman Reigns has had 177 matches, not including today. Sheamus had 123. Granted, Sheamus was out with injury, so he didn't wrestle the entire year. But when you look at Sheamus's record in 2015, he only won 45% of his matches. You look at Roman Reigns in 2015, his singles match record is 120 wins and 9 losses. He won 93% of his matches. Goldberg should have a record like that. Hulk Hogan should have a record like that. Bruno Sammartino should have a record like that. Not Roman Reigns, in my opinion. So everybody's at fault over here. It's WWE's fault, it's the fans' fault, and it's Roman Reigns' fault. And I think that WWE, you don't like it, fans, will throw it on Sheamus. And I guarantee you, people, that the ratings will not change much with Sheamus as the champion.
Okay.
So it's now Anything you want to vent on with Roman Reigns or Sheamus or WWE or the fans, the floor is yours. Whatever you want to say.
Ant, you ignorant slut.
Don't call me an ignorant slut.
No, I mean, the thing I didn't like was that, the celebration thing. Like, what was the point of bringing down the confetti and all that? I just, I know it's part of the thing to make it more sad for him. And honestly, when I went online, I was in a lot of chat sites, just checking out what people were saying. There was some sympathy for Roman Reigns, saying, God, they screwed him twice. Where people were actually thinking that he was screwed twice, like legit. Like, in other words, that he wasn't in on this for the best of his career. Because obviously that story came out of WrestleMania that he was supposed to get it and he was very disappointed. So people are saying, that he had a decent amount of sympathy. And the most people reaction was, a guy who's worse on promos, right? And a guy who's been here for years, and what's his excuse for not getting over? So, I mean, I guess, and Sheamus with Triple H and Stephanie doesn't look like the right fit. It doesn't work. I think we all held out for the Roman heel thing and coming out in a suit and old school, kind of wearing sunglasses and a suit and being an obnoxious heel like a Gino Hernandez, which could maybe work for him, especially if Stephanie's going to do all the talking. It's not like the Authority manages them per se, but they represent them. I don't know why they didn't think to work with Roman. They on this course, and I guess that guy who was right, Ant, today that they ordered the thousands of Roman Empire shirts, I guess he wasn't going to turn heel. Mm-hmm. In the merch stands, I heard there's a couple of new products for Roman Reigns, and obviously, as a heel, you're not going to see someone take up a portion of the merch section, with bad guy merchandise. Even though bad guys have their fans too. I think it's more about Sheamus being champion than Roman Reigns not being champion. I think this will probably only benefit him in some way. And I don't think it's a shoo-in now that he gets the belt at the Royal Rumble and then gets WrestleMania. I just think it's another feud. He from what I heard, took it okay because the plan was for him to beat Rollins originally. And once again, plans changed and he had to roll with it. And I heard his attitude is pretty good about it. Like, from those some people saying what Reigns' attitude was about having to go through this again, even as part of the storyline. And he said pretty much, he'll do what he's got to do. It's his job. So, I mean, and that's a good attitude. That's what I mean. I don't think he thinks he's privileged or entitled at all. And he's working hard. And I think that eventually he will catch on. He will catch fire. It takes, people more longer sometimes. I don't know if they're going to turn him heel, though. I think we don't even have, I don't even really want to go over that again because I think it's not relevant right now that he's going to turn heel. I think you agree with that, Tonto.
Yeah, I feel that it was weird yesterday because we even got the Cena type chant yesterday. Let's go Roman, Roman sucks. Let's go Roman, Roman sucks.
Yeah, I don't think he's anything like Cena because he's not. John Cena is more. I don't see little children. He's more girls and teenagers than he is for little children. Little children like the Superman punch thing. They probably, because their moms are probably drooling over him. That's why the little kids are liking him. Cena is a white bread babyface. Roman is not. Roman is not a babyface in real life. He's not a babyface. He's not the next John Cena because he doesn't have those qualities that Cena has. Cena is a guy who breeds confidence in being around children, around interviews. Roman is very shy. Roman is very closed up. He tried to, he did a decent job on Conan O'Brien, if anybody saw that. This guy is nothing like John Cena. And if anything, that's a pretty big compliment to give him because that's saying that he's going to be around for many, many years and be a top guy. So it's kind of a weird thing to say. He's nothing like John Cena. Pushes are pushes, but you're going to compare two different wrestlers. Cena is very comfortable and confident. Roman doesn't have that at all. Cena had that when he was doing Thugonomics, if you remember, Anthony. Sure. He just has no fear of promos or the camera. He just doesn't. Looks directly into it. Roman's just not comfortable. So in that aspect, he's not the next Cena. And like I said, if you're dubbing this guy, Roman's going to be around the next 10 years as a top guy. So that comparison to me is ridiculous until he's actually a top guy. And then we'll see where he goes from there. And also, if you think John Cena has the record for longest babyface run as a champion now and not turning in the process, I see Roman turning several times down the road. I'm not sure how old Reigns is. I think he's like 30. but I see a championship belt at some point. I don't know if it's going to be Rumble or Mania, but I think it's more, like I said, more about it being Sheamus as the champion than Roman not being champion. People could say Cesaro, but if they wanted a heat magnet, they wanted the thrill of the chase. Roman got a good reaction tonight from the crowd. Put on a pretty good match against Jim Belushi. I thought he did a good match against Belushi. To me, it's last week I went on a tangent about it. I wasn't upset about it. Everyone thought I was going to be. I was kind of
disappointed.
I was kind of indifferent about it, to be honest with you. When he won, I liked it, and I liked the way Dean Ambrose was talking to him in his ear, and because I really believe those two guys do love each other as friends. They are good friends, and no crowd reaction is ever going to change that. You're not going to see Dean Ambrose go on an interview and badmouth Roman Reigns because the fans don't like him. That's his boy, that's his brother, and I like that they're tight friends. I mean, you can appreciate their friendship too, Tony, I'm sure.
Of course, yeah.
They're those guys are tight, and I don't think there's any jealousy at all from Dean. And Dean is a good company guy. He does what they tell him to do, but so is Roman. Hey, you're going to lose the title again tonight and get humiliated again tonight. Okay, you got to. So I think he got some sympathy points from people.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally agree.
I mean, he did, but I to me, I'm not upset. The only thing I don't understand is why they thought Sheamus would gel. Well, the Authority thing, you have to admit, Don Tony, is so dead, and it's kind of irrelevant to be associated with the Authority.
Agreed.
You don't think so?
Agreed.
It's definitely not anything that is interesting at all. I mean, it's just the Authority is just dead in the water to me, don't you think?
Yeah, I agree.